Magandang araw po at magandang gabi sa mga nakakapanood sa gabi at sa lahat po ng naabot ng video nito. Welcome po dito sa ABO Avoy Mix Videos. Ngayon po ay may video po tayo natin bibigyan ng reaction ngayon at ito ay mula kay Indo-Pacific Report, no? Ito yung tungkol doon sa pag-support sa atin ng Japan, pagbibigay nila ng mga advanced military command system dito sa atin, no, sa Pilipinas, laban sa China. Napakahaba po yung video nito kaya kalahati lang po yung papanoorin at bibigyan natin ng video, at kung gusto niyo po mapanood yung full video nito, panoorin po niyo ito kaya Indo-Pacific Report. Ito po yung kanyang channel. So, tinumin yung kanyang video at i-play na po natin.
Japan has a long history of not exporting weapons. However, sending the Philippines its first military command and control systems changes the situation. What does this mean for the countries of the Indo-Pacific? Japan and the Philippines are constructing networks and systems and defense doctrines that allow interoperable military commands and conduct. Why did Japan choose the Philippines over more conventional partners like Vietnam, South Korea, Australia, and even the US for training and first command control systems?
Bakit nga ba tayo ang napili nila? Maaaring siguro alam nila na magagaling ang mga sundalo natin at bihasa pagdating sa gera, no? Sinasabi nila na experience tayo pagdating sa gera, at marahil na experience nila yung tapang natin noong World War II, no? Na gano'n na lang tayo katapang pagdating sa gera o labanan.
Be integrated into joint exercises and operations. This is a new strategic situation for both the US and Japan. The Philippines and Japan are no longer only passive allies of the US. Japan is shifting its international position to be more openly an ally that collaborates to provide regional defense and security, and no longer just self-defense. Japan can now provide military technology and devices, and no longer has to comply with the U.S. restrictions on military technology.
Our alliance has never been stronger. Our mutual defense treaty is the bedrock of that. We share concerns about China's coercion in the South China Sea.
The U.S. ally in the South China Sea is the Philippines, completing the fastest modernization of the military in its history, incorporating new integrated systems, radar and missile systems, enhanced and expanded maritime surveillance.
So narinig niyo po, no? Fastest, no, modernization ng military sa modern history, no? Ang Pilipinas po 'yon, no? Talaga naman ang bilis naman ng paglagok natin, no? Years lang, no? From 2018 sa mula ngayon, napakarami na po ang pagbabago, no? So fastest na po 'yon. Siya na po ang nagsabi, so sa Indo-Pacific Report.
And a new integrated U.S. ally structure around early warning systems. As Japan moves from being a non-exporter to a proactive partner, the Philippines is shifting from an internal security focus to external defense, including enhancing its military assets to embark on a modern and credible military deterrence system in the West Philippine Sea. Japan's moves in the Philippines are motivated not just by technology, but by trust. This is an indication that Manila is now an important security player on the international scene. This is comparable to Norway's prominence in the Arctic strategy of NATO, or the transformation of Poland from a Soviet-era country to a key player in Europe's defense in the front line. The Philippines is now being positioned just like...
Ang Japan po kasi, hindi po ito exporter ng mga military equipment, no? Hindi po sila nagbebenta. Pero, magbebenta po sila ngayon sa Pilipinas. Ito yung nag-change ng history ng Japan ngayon, no? Dati, hindi naman talaga sila nagbebenta. Sa kanila lang po yun, exclusive. Pero, bebentahan ngayon nila tayo ng kanilang mga armas. At balita ko, isa sa mga ibebenta nila rito, yung mga ground-to-air missile, no? Yung anti-aircraft missile po ang ibebenta nila sa atin. Hope so, mabili ito ng Pilipinas at dapat marami tayo nito, mga anti-aircraft missile.
The Philippines is now being positioned just like Israel and South Korea, which became regional centers in the defense of early warning missiles, as Southeast Asia's frontline state in the global defense and marshalling advocacy. Most importantly, it's a sign to friends and foes. Like the Indo-Pacific is moving into a new era of integrated security, where common dangers call for the same technology, united defenses, and common determination. Japan is willing to sell military command and control systems to the Philippines. This will mark great changes in Japan's inability to export military technology. Since the end of the Second World, Japan has restricted itself militarily and has self-imposed export restrictions to what they called the Three Principles on Arms Exports. Under this, Japan could export anything relevant to combat, but could send military helmets, humanitarian aid, and rescuer aid. Japan, out of a moral stance stemming from their wartime past, kept themselves away from the international arms trade completely. Even when Japan's export restrictions were relaxed in 2014 to allow a total of 5 targets of export: military technology for rescue, transport, vigilance, surveillance, and minesweeping, the restant principle was to provide the help at humanitarian aid and rescuer aid alone, and thus the operational zone aid. The entire message was, Japan will help, but from the side. However, the past has a strange way of changing beliefs. Over the past decade, China has been expanding their naval reach, increasing the amount of times they've rehearsed military operations around Taiwan, and increasing their military incursions around the Senkaku Islands. This caused Japan to be on high alert. Japan noticed that China has been getting more and more aggressive and closing the distance with their ships and aircraft. Japan realized that the threats were surrounding it and were becoming more offensive. It was no longer a situation of whether or not Japan wanted to be defensive, but whether it was possible to continue to be that way. Simultaneously, Washington was urging Japan to take on a more proactive regional position in terms of security.
Yung itong Chinese, ang China, maayos naman silang pinakatunguhan ng US, maayos naman silang pinakatunguhan ng mga Pilipino, ng Japanese, ditong modern days, pero sila, tamang hinala po sila, parang meron pong galit yung kanilang gobyerno sa mga nakaraan pa na hinugot, ng World War II pa. Pero dapat kinalimutan na nila yon. Dapat siguro magpalakas na lang sila ng magpalakas para sa depensa nila. Pero hindi po. Nagbibuild po sila ng napakaraming carrier ngayon. Ilan na po ang carrier ng China. At ang mga carrier po, alam naman natin na pang long range po yan, pang malayuan ng takbo niyan. So may balak po talaga silang pumalag na dito sa United States. At gusto na nilang sasabihin na kontrolin din ng buong mundo para sila naman ang maghari-harian dito sa mundong ito. Yun po ang nakikita ko at opinion ko lang.
In terms of security, with American focus diffused internationally and with a growing China, the U.S. needed a reliable and able partner in the Indo-Pacific who could assist in maintaining a rules-based order. Japan was the obvious answer, a growing want to prevent any one power from monopolizing the rivers, and a strategically placed ally with technological prowess. Then there is the economic aspect. Japan's defense industries have modernized at a speed that is rarely recognized outside of the inner circles of policy. Without external markets, defense industries often lack the capacity to innovate, produce, and invest long-term. Tokyo's defensive technologies pressures have made the Philippines a natural partner to fill the gaps of Japan's politically aligned but strategically valuable technology. In this situation, Japan's withdrawal of export restrictions is more than just a change of paperwork. Japan's position is changing out of necessity due to the growing powers of China, the instabilities of the region, and the growing relationships between similar countries. The export of C2 to the Philippines is more than a small gesture. Japan is now a regional security provider and is willing to help influence the future of the Indo-Pacific. On the Philippines and Japan side, amongst the diplomatic, peaceful, and economic relationships, one of the most pivotal, and again, still one of the most underappreciated partnerships, is Japan and the Philippines' security relationships within the Indo-Pacific region. Over the last decade, an initially irregular diplomatic cooperation and security alignment has blossomed into a full quasi-alliance, underpinned by the increasing shared defense and security realignments. Regular contact and cooperation among the defense ministers has become the standard, and the early 2025 joint framework enables both governments to more formally coordinate on defense and security, including the export of military equipment.
Yung Japan po, hindi po natin pwedeng ismulin yung kakayahan nito sa pakikidigma, kasi noon po, kung walang gamitan ng nuclear ay talagang halos talunin nito ang mga Amerikano, no? At sa sobrang ikling panahon lang, nakuha niyang kubkubin yung Southeast Asian nation na control, ano? Maging yung China, no? Napilay niya talaga yung US. At bukod sa galing nito sa pakikibigma, tanging itong bansa lang to ang ginamitan ng US ng atomic bomb, no? Sa lahat ng nakalaban ng US, itong bansa lang na to ang ginamitan ng atomic bomb. Kasi talagang magiging threat na to sa US kung mananatili ang panalo o yung lakas ng puwersa ng Japan noong mga panahon ng World War II. Pero dahil nga doon natalo yung Japan at napasuko agad ng allied powers, kasi ang Japan ay kabilang sa Axis powers noon, Siguro ngayon natuto na yung Japan na ang US ay mabuting kaibigan, kaya ngayon nagtiwala na sila sa US, napaamo sila ng US, at natuto na rin sila na hindi sila mananalo bilang isang bansa lang, no? Na natuto sila sa gera noon na kailangan talaga ng mga kakampi, no? Ng isang tinatawag na pagtutulungan ng bansa para manalo sa gera, no? Ngayon ay itong Japan ay nakikipag kampihan na rin, Ngayon tayo ang napili nila na itong Pilipinas, kasi ito yung tinatawag na kadena, yung first chain ng defense, no? Pag nagiba ito, may second chain pa yan dito sa Mariana Banda, yung mga sa Solomon Island. At pag na-break pa ng China yan, makokontrol na ng China ang buong Pacific, no? So yan ang iniingatan ng US.
Defense and security, including the export of military equipment, the transfer of military technology, and defense industrial security cooperation and military and defense planning. And yes, this is more than simply diplomatic. And yes, this is more than simply building the defense partnerships. On the ground, both the SDF and AFP are realizing a level of interoperability that, until recently, was the sole province of the Philippines' closest military allies, doing military training exercises, more frequent combined military engagements, and joint military exchange programs to improve the military's understanding of the other's military strategies. The partnership between the Philippines and Japan is illustrated by the former's defense exports. In 2023, Japan delivered its first fully assembled defense export, the Mitsubishi Air Defense Radar System, to the Philippines. Japan's export of defense equipment was historically significant, and so was the Philippines' admiration of the system, which was compatible with existing AFP networks, was operationally capable, and had clean integration and strong support throughout the operational lifetime of the system.
So hanggang dito na lang po yung video, no? At isa-silence na po natin, pero mapapanood nyo pa rin to habang pinapaliwanag ko sa inyo yung ating comment, no? Para sa akin, itong ginawa na Indo-Pacific Report ay talagang makatotohanan, At napakaganda ng video niya. Inuulit ko, kung gusto niyo mapanood dito ng tuloy-tuloy at buo, subscribe kayo sa kanyang channel, So, para sa akin, tama lang na may alliance tayo sa Japan. Gayong malaki na rin ang naitulong natin ng Japan sa atin sa larangan din ng ekonomiya, yung pagtutulungan, malaki na rin, at nakakakuha rin naman tayo ng trabaho, yung nag-e-export tayo ng mga tao sa kanila, at gayon din naman nagbibigay din sila ng trabaho dito sa ating mga Pilipino. Although ang mga Chinese din naman, meron tayong palitan ng kalakalan yan, at hindi naman natin sinasabing pag China o Chinese salbahe na o kaaway na. Ang tinutukoy po natin dito, yung kanilang gobyerno, yung kasalukuyang namumuno sa kanila, itong si Xi Jinping, Alam natin napakaraming pinatanggal itong mga sundalo, yung mga matataas na general na sundalo nila. Pinatanggal niya kasi ayaw sa pamumuno niya. Mga veterans po yun, Kaya may problema po si Xi Jinping maging sa kanyang mga kasundaluhan. Hindi po natin alam kung tapat nga ba ang kasundaluhan sa kanya. Hindi natin alam ang takbo ng utak ni Xi Jinping. At hindi rin natin alam kung ano ang takbo talaga ng utak ng kanilang mga sundalo. Kung ito ba ay tapat sa kanilang pinuno si Xi Jinping o o bandang huli, tatraido rin din pala siya at magkakaroon na tinatawag na destabilization mismo sa China. Sana natuto na tayo sa nakaraan. Ilang beses na tayong sinakop. Dapat maging handa po tayo. Pagtanggol natin yung nararapat itong ating bansa. Kaya mahalaga po yung pananatili ni President Bongbong Marcos kasi itinutulak niya po na labanan itong nagngangaha sumakop sa ating bansa. At dapat kung mapapalitan po siya, yung papalit po sa kanya ay itutuloy yung dapat na ituloy na yung protektahan ng Pilipinas. Kung tatakbo nga lang si Gibo, iboboto ko to, no? Kasi ito yung tinatawag, tumakbo ito dati kaso hindi nanalo, no? Pero siya yung Defense Secretary ngayon, no? Siya yung pursigido na labanan yung mga China. At dapat yung papalit na presidente, pursigido rin na labanan yung China at matapang. Ulitin ko ulit at hindi ako magsasawang ulit-ulitin na ipanalangin natin ang ating bansa at hindi lang ating bansa. Yung mga bansang kalapit natin dito na mapayapang namumuhay na walang gerang mangyari. At imbis na gera ay sumuko na lang itong si Xi Jinping sa kanyang pangarap na manipulahin ang kalahati ng mundo. Isuko niya na lang sana yon at sabay-sabay tayong mamuhay ng mapayapa at masaya. Panalangin po natin yon na baguhin ng Diyos ang puso ni Xi Jinping at ilaylo niya yung kanyang mga pagmimilitarisasyon dito sa lalong-lalo na sa ating bansa, no? Sa Taiwan, yung pagbabalak niyang sakupin pa ang Taiwan kasi alam natin ang Taiwan is isang country na rin, no? Pero kung sasakupin niya to, hayaan niyo na lang mabuhay yung mga tao doon. At itong West Philippine Sea, hayaan niyo na rin na makapangisda ng maluwag itong mga mangingisda natin. At i-pull out nila yung mga military base nila dyan sa West Philippine Sea na una na nilang sinabi, shelter lang ng mga mangingisda. Pero ngayon ay military base na. So yun po, ipanalangin po natin yon na maging mapayapa ang lahat. Ito po ang Avoy Mix Videos. Maraming salamat po.